Guys, here we are talking about Rafael Nadal, the Spanish phenom withdrew from the Wimbledon Championship in 2022. Guys, it's official. Rafael Nadal won't play against Nick Kyrgios on Friday. He had an abdominal injury. He suffered from an abdominal injury in the quarterfinal match against Taylor Fritz. Yesterday, he tried what he could, and he won the match, even playing, I think, barely at 70% of his potential. And guys, that is super sad because he doesn't deserve this. Unfortunately, Rafael Nadal's career was the protagonist of Nadal's career were and are the injuries, guys. That is undoubted. That there are no doubts about that. The Nadal's career is affected by injuries. I'm sure that if Rafa had the injuries that Roger had until he was 36, or that Novak had in his career, I'm sure that Rafa would have won at least 6 or 7 majors more. But if doesn't matter. He's still probably right now, statistically, the greatest tennis player of all time. Right now, he is without a doubt the greatest fighter of all time. He is right. He is the most. They play with the most passion that the history of tennis has ever seen, and probably also the athlete with the most passion for his sport that the world has never seen. Rafael Nadal is simply unique. Roger is the most elegant, Novak is a machine, Rafa is Rafa. I say like this because it's the truth, guys. Rafael Nadal here, he came back after 6 months after that tough French Open 2022 loss in the semi-final, 2021 loss in the semi-final. In the semi-final, he had a surgery. He had to came back. Yes, he was in crutches at September, and he had to come back without playing, with 3 matches played in these 6 months before the Australian Open. He had to came back with all of the issues. He got COVID in December, so he had to came back there. He still won the Australian Open like a true fighter, coming back from 2 sets to love down and facing 3 break points on 2-3 on serve and saved them, and then he won the tournament. Then he had a spectacular continue of the season, winning Acapulco, winning Acapulco was his last title. He won 3 consecutive titles, 20 wins in a row. Then he was injured. He had problems with the rib against Carlos Alcaraz for the win. And now I'm going to say it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that the match wasn't interrupted, because there was the serious risk, and that wasn't a tennis match, because with all of the wind, we could have not understand nothing. So they should have interrupted the match, because also because there was the risk that some of the players could have had some injuries, and that was Rafa's case. He had to play the final against Fritz, injured, so that was difficult situation. Then he have to withdraw from a lot of clay tournaments. He skipped the first time of the first part of the clay season, that is favorite part of the season. So he skipped another tournaments he skipped other tournaments in 2022. Then he had the foot problems as always in Rome against Shapovalov. He still came back and won the French Open. For the first time in his career, Rafael Nadal won the first 2 majors of the year. At the age of 36, he gave himself a chance to try to do the Grand Slam. And then what happens? He has to withdraw from Wimbledon because he has an injury in his abdominal of 7 millimeters. Yes, the guy is so unfortunate It's unlucky. It's unlucky, guys. It's the unluckiest player possibly in the history of tennis. It's unbelievable how he fights every time. I say it right now. Mark my words. He's going to win the U.S. Open. He will came with an anger that probably we've never seen before from him, and he will win the U.S. Open, guys. I think that I'm sure about that because he deserves that first of all, and he wants to win the U.S. Open. Well, I think that he will play the Master 1000 in Canada, the one that he won 6 times, and then he will play the U.S. Open. Guys, don't write off Rafael Nadal. He is the greatest fighter of all. He is the greatest fighter of all time. He's among the greatest players of all time. He's possibly the greatest athlete that has ever existed. Don't write him off. That's the biggest error you can do. And never underestimate the heart of a champion. That this I'm sure is a painful withdrawal because Rafa, this should have been Rafa's last season. We know it, guys. It's clear. He will become a father. And he played Wimbledon for give a farewell, honestly. I don't think that in the next year he'll play Wimbledon, guys. I don't know even if he will play. He wanted to do a farewell. He was super motivated this season. You could have clearly seen it in the 2022 Australian Open, guys. He wanted to give a farewell with all the fans. That was the magic season until March. Then the things have gone worse, guys. Even if he won the French Open, so unlucky with injuries, 3 injuries. He suffered from 3 injuries. He had to withdraw from Monte Carlo, the tournament that he won 11 times, actually, also from Barcelona. And yes, so unlucky, guys. Rafa will come back as a true warrior. You will see it. We will see a Rafa more angry than we never saw in our lives. And I'm saying it right now. If I'm right, let's see if I'm right. Rafael Nadal is going to win the US Open. So now with the withdrawal of Rafael Nadal is official. Nick Kyrgios is in the Wimbledon final of 2022, guys. I'm happy for Nick because I think that he deserves it and I hope he wins. I will be supporting him. I will be cheering for him, honestly. And yes, the final now it's 90% it will be Djokovic, Kyrgios. We will see what happens. I hope Nick wins. I think that he can. Guys, here we are. Thank you very much for your visualization, for your like, for your subscribe, for everything that you're doing for me. Subscribe, give the thumbs up, and comment below what you think. Bye bye. Ciao.